Welcome back, guys, to another episode of What You Take, the show where we talk about just about anything we can possibly think of and bring you guys along for the unfiltered and unapologetic ride. As always, you're going to have myself here, Steve. You're going to have my brother, Chris.
Hey!
And we're going to have Sexy Spence.
Hello.
Today, guys, we are talking about the White Wolf himself. We are talking about The Witcher, and specifically, we are talking about Geralt and his next adventure. We just saw the trailer for Sirens of the Deep coming to Netflix late this year, 2024. Guys, I'm going to flip it to you before I go on my tangents.
I'm excited for it. I mean, having Doug Cockle back as Geralt is reassuring, especially because it's been... When did Witcher 3 release?
Oh, I have no clue.
Let me check that out, because it's been, I want to say, years since we've heard Doug Cockle.
Oh, it's been a fat fucking minute.
Yeah, dude.
But his just iconic voice for Geralt, wrapping up the, just being there, and I believe that the animation hopefully will stay a little bit more true to how Geralt would act in these situations. It's been almost 10 years since we heard Doug.
I mean, and by the time that it comes out, because they said late 2024, it's basically going to be exactly 10 years at that point. That's definitely fantastic for me. I think, and I don't know if this was deliberate, but I think it was smart not doing something like this the first go-around with Netflix's animated Witcher stuff, and they did that with Nightmare of the Wolf and Vesemir. That way, if it wasn't well-received, they didn't tarnish anything with Geralt.
Correct.
Right.
Now they saw it was well-received, they know it works, they're cool. Now we'll bring Geralt back
People love this. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which was a smart move.
I mean, dude, Nightmare of the Wolf I love that animation style
I did.
of it. And just how they built on the story with it, and they talked about the monsters, and what was it called? The Bestiary or something like that? Did you guys ever watch those? It was kind of interesting getting little backstories and all the creatures they showed, and it makes a lot of sense on why The Witcher did what he did, which is cool.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the plot of this, because Geralt is also... Geralt's a moral person. He has qualms about killing what he considers sentient monsters, and he won't take certain contracts based on his own code of ethics and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how Geralt is, because it looks like he's in a pseudo-political position between these merfolk and the land dwellers. So I'm interested to see like how this plot plays out, I guess. And maybe there's like a greater mastermind that's like sabotaging things that Geralt has to take down. Who knows? But I'm interested to see what lanes this story takes. Because I don't know if this is based on like a short story by Andrzej or if it's just its own creation. But like I said, I hope they kind of stick to Geralt's sort of code of ethics. And I hope that having Doug Cockle there voicing him will influence the writing a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that having some kind of influence on it.
I played Geralt for 10 years. I know what this fucker's about.
And I mean, not only that, but you look at the last time that Netflix really touched on something Witcher-based with Geralt, they had Henry Cavill. And there was a whole lot of drama that happened with them not staying true to source material, and obviously they have... what the hell's his name?
Liam?
Liam, that's right. They have Liam Hemsworth coming in to now take over the live-action mantle, but you would hope after everything that happened with Henry Cavill and having someone like the original voice actor for Geralt, you hope that maybe they will watch those lines a little bit in relation to source material and so on and so forth like that.
Right.
So hopefully they stick with that. I'm excited to see... And we talked about this when we first talked about Nightmare of the Wolf. I love seeing the different signs being used in this animation style. The one that I'll always reference back with Nightmare of the Wolf is when they did that collective Ard and just cleared the fucking bridge, right?
See, that was,
And in this one, you see him jumping on a boat, or like he's on a boat and he's jumping towards someone, does that again. Like, that dude's going in the water. There's
right.
Like, so this animation style, this medium gives a lot of freedom to really tell the story that I think the people who created these things want to be told.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest things too, though, is like then every freaking anime that's turned into a live action has always experienced this, where it's like when you go ultra sci-fi, it's very hard to not make it look corny.
Right.
That's actually why I'm a fan more of anime, because you can do a lot of wicked cool shit in anime and not have it come off as this corny cliche crap.
Correct.
Where it doesn't look weird. But I like Sirens of the Deep just for the fact of like creepy ass shit happens in the water. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
There's some crazy shit.
Well, and also based on the God, what are they even the thing where all the multiverses crash together that gave us monsters in The Witcher. I can't remember what they call that.
Convergence of Spheres?
Convergence of Spheres.
Yeah, let the record show I did that to Chris this time.
Convergence of Spheres. Conjunction of Spheres.
God damn it.
Conjunction of Spheres. But
I was close. I still want credit.
You do get credit. Conjunction of Spheres. I believe Geralt has said that there's a lot of fucking bullshit in the oceans. But
there's a lot of bullshit in the oceans anyway.
Well, correct.
Spencer's like, fuck fantasy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit in the real oceans.
Yeah, there's some like fucking wild shit down there.
But the difference is the Witchers can't get under the ocean to deal with shit, so they don't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, unless they have like help from like a sorceress.
Yeah,
or
colossal
something.
squid's one thing till you fucking put a fucking Witcher twist on it.
Yeah, and it's sentient and it like hunts you down.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
There's already fucked up shit.
We don't
Not to mention sirens are fucked up.
We don't fuck with the ocean.
Yeah, it's like fucking a twisted Aquaman. Like
Witcher's code. We don't get in the water.
Yeah, like dude, I get it.
It's like Helldiver's rule. Witchers don't swim.
Yeah, well, we don't swim.
We're not built for
I actually
that.
am kind of curious how they're going to get around that. Is it going to be like a water breathing thing
Well,
or something?
I'm sure he's got a potion.
Yeah.
In the games, there is a potion called Killer Whale, which allows him to basically hold his breath for an inordinately long amount of time.
Yeah.
And I also know in Witcher 3, there's a mission where Yennefer can cast like a water breathing charm on him.
Right.
So I'm sure there are ways to get around it. But yeah, I'm interested to see how they do it.
No, like I said, I'm curious. I'm also really curious on the. I guess I should say I'm more curious on the story behind it. Like,
Correct.
Is he trying to bring peace to like maybe a warring nation underwater? Is he like?
Well,
maybe they're attacking trading vessels and he gets hired on and gets thrown in the ocean and he's like, well, fuck.
Now I'm part of this.
Yeah, no, I gotta
And
deal
honestly,
with this.
that's honestly much more Geralt's brand because everything I've read and seen with Geralt is literally 90% of the time trying to mind his own fucking business.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting like swept up.
Remember,
in
just
shit.
a simple fuck.
Yeah, that's just
Like-
it. A dude just wants to show up, do his job,
And
get
go home
paid,
and
and go
leave.
home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
honestly,
he
probably got
wants to
hired
do.
on to protect some trading vessel, and then Tomfuckery happens. He swears, falls in the water.
Yeah.
Probably got this potion.
The problem is like the dude that wants nothing to do with this level of
Bullshit?
just bullshit and MacGuffins is the guy who's also the most qualified because he's the best at what he fucking does.
Because anyone else would be dead.
It's just like, I don't want to do this, but you're so good at it, I don't fucking care.
Well, and the other thing too is like Geralt's relationship web is super complicated too, because like, I mean, if we're going back to like source material, I mean like Ciri's the daughter of the Emperor, so he has to deal with that bullshit, even though Ciri's his child of surprise, and then he takes contracts for like foreign nobility, so he knows like the archduchesses of different countries, and like he's friends with like druids and shit, so he's like,
Well, when you get to that age, you make connections.
well, that's the thing is like he lives so long and he meets all these people when they're younger, so then like eventually it's like, oh, I rule a country now, old buddy, and it's like I don't want to be involved in your fucking
I rule a country. I babysat you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So that's
Not to mention the relationships of like the 6 sorcerers that he fucks on a regular basis.
right, and the sorcerers are always, you know, fucking getting their fingers into bullshit, and like,
well, when you got an immortal and then you got a guy who lives for fucking ever.
yeah, that's the thing is like Geralt's life is so complicated because of the people he knows.
As complicated as season 1 of The Witcher, trying to track that shit.
Oh my god.
You guys remember when that first came out and we're all sitting there like, what is going on? I had to Google a timeline
You
to
had
help
to-
explain that
You
shit.
had to look up a fucking chart.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was
That
was
like,
bad.
I loved it. It was great. But like once I figured out, it was like, oh, every episode you're jumping all over the place.
Oh, that was fucking horrible.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is like, yeah, Geralt really just wants to fucking hunt monsters and be a witcher, but
Yeah.
like, again, because of his like crazy relationship webs, he
like
keeps,
I said, fuck.
yeah,
Like-
he just keeps getting sucked up into shit
Yeah.
that,
Well, I think that's what's going to happen in this one too, and I think it's going to be really interesting to watch it kind of play out. Like, I am kind of wondering what timeline it's going to kind of fall on, because we know it's Geralt.
He's an adult. I mean,
but he's been an adult for fucking 180 years.
Well,
actually, as of Witcher 3, which is his last installment, he's in his late 90s.
I thought he'd be older than that.
Yeah, because in the beginning of the game, Vesemir makes a comment that says, you're closing in on a century yourself.
Doesn't look a day over 84.
He doesn't look a day over, like, 28 or 32.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. And Vesemir, I think
he's going to be in a similar age to where we saw him in the...
I'd probably bet, like, 50s.
I was say, because he knows Yennefer.
Yeah.
And Yaskar's there.
Yeah,
so it's...
Well, one of the things I think is going to be interesting
70s,
is what
80s.
timeline does the Sirens of the Deep take place?
Yeah.
Is it earlier? Is it maybe in between like season 1, season 2? Is it going to be?
Is it
are they
related
going
to
to
that at
incorporate
all?
the live action in this at all, or is it just its complete standalone?
From what we saw in the trailer, the one that's playing Jaskier, the character model looks like Joey Batey.
Yeah, but that could be a service to the actor.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
so that's my thing. I'm like, is it going to incorporate the live action at all? Maybe it'll be like blah blah blah. Could be the jump between, who knows? But I'm just kind of curious timelines and stories. And again, I love the animation style.
Just when
they
this
did great
takes
with the
place.
Nightmare of the Wolf. It's going to be. I think it's going to be really good.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Well, bringing that up to our wrap, guys, make sure to, down in the comments, throw what your guys' opinions are on the trailer. If you haven't watched it already, we strongly recommend that you do. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Let us know what your thoughts on the upcoming 4th season live action for The Witcher with Liam Hemsworth is going to be. As always, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and as always, guys, make sure you share the show. Until next time, peace!
Out!